All right, we're trying this again, honey. All right, test 1 2, test 1 2. Trying this again. We're trying this again. Can you hear me? Because there's always a problem. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, good people? Test 1 2, test 1 2. Ooh. Test 1 2. Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Honey, can you hear me? Yes, no. There's a reaction. You can hear me. Yes. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. Yes. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, honey, for telling me you can hear me. What's up, everybody? Welcome to a brand new Sunday Debacle. And this is going to be, an interesting one because, you know what? I should have had my darling, sweetheart, wench bring me some rum so that we're gonna do the eyepatch. This is an eyepatch debacle going on right here, ladies and gentlemen. So what I'm gonna be doing is today I'm gonna be talking about songs that deal with either pirates or highwaymen or ships or things like that. Things that kind of deal with an eye patch, since I'm stuck with this. For those of you who've been interested and want to know, and of course, I want to make sure that you guys hit the reaction button so that this way I know that you guys are with me and that you guys are watching, pay attention. Of course, leave a comment. So, as I've mentioned before in the past, I got really bad floaters, right? And they keep... I'm gotta remember everything's opposite here. And they would block out little parts of my vision. And they got so bad that I couldn't read. And a lot of the misspellings, because I'm of course always texting, trying to put stuff, post from my phone. A lot of misspellings since the fact that I'm missing letters and I can't see that I misspelled it. So I got an operation to get rid of all the floaters. I forget what they call it. However, it's gone. Yay me. And now I just got to wait for it to heal. So while I'm waiting for it to heal, they gave me a eye patch. And, of course, the regular eye patches aren't as fun as a pirate one is. So I got a little skull and crossbones, as you can see. And I decided that today's songs are going to all have some kind of tie-in to an eye patch. Okay. And so, like I said, it's going to be pirates and highwaymen and ne'er-do-wells like Waldo over here. People who like to cause trouble. So hit the reaction button. Please leave a comment as we're going to get ready to start here in a couple seconds. Now, one of the things I want you guys to know, I don't know if you guys know that I use notes, but it's going to be real hard to read with one eye. So bear with me as I wait just a little bit longer, get some people here to hit the reaction buttons to give me some comments. Let me know that they're here so I can get started. And hopefully you guys are doing good while I'm getting ready to rock here. Now that everything's working, and my darling honey, you can hear me, right? You said you can hear me. I just want to make sure that you're hearing me through the computer, not through the door, which is closed. All right, so here we go. I got 11 songs. I think that's what I did, right? Let's check. No, 12 songs. 12 songs dealing with eye patches in some way, shape, or form. Okay, whether it's a pirate, whether it's a highwayman, whether it's sailing, whether it's hanging out in the Bahamas, whatever it is, all of this stuff deals with right here, the eye patch. So what's up, Juan? And Ray, honey. Oh, so my buddy Ray, she's deciding to call me Patches O'Houlihan. Well, I'm Irish. I'm a little Irish, so okay. And speaking of Irish, our first song is a it's an Irish folk song, right? Uh, Goes back to oh geez, a long time. Goes back a long, long time. Um, uh, and it's a song made famous by Thin Lizzy, but it's also been recorded by the Grateful Dead, the Pogues, the Dubliners, and Metallica, who won a Grammy in 2000 with the song. I'm talking, of course, about Whiskey in the Jar, a song that's about uh, a rogue, if you will, a rogue who gets betrayed by his woman. So he goes and he robs, gets betrayed by his woman, ends up in jail, and that's where he's rotting. So Whiskey in the Jar is our number one song. Number two, and I know where my parrot head's at. All my parrot heads should be hitting the reaction button for this one. Number two is of course the Jimmy Buffett classic, A Pirate's Look at 40. Now, Jimmy, and of course, just so you guys know, that song came out in 1974. It actually did it hit the Billboard charts? Came out in 74. Again, you gotta excuse me because I'm looking through, the one eye thing. And what it's about, it's about reflection. It's actually about a drug runner, right? But a guy who gets into that kind of lifestyle because he romanticizes it. He thinks of himself as a modern day pirate, and the reality is he isn't. And now he's hit 40 years old, and he's trying to look back at his life, and trying again to romanticize his life as a drug runner. But it's not enough to kind of satisfy that wanting and that desire to be a pirate. No, the patch wasn't on the other eye yesterday, Scott. Nice, thanks. I appreciate it. What are you saying? I'm faking this? Come on. So our third song goes along with the highwaymen kind of theme of pirates and eye patches, and it's a song by a group. Stop it, Ray. I'm not seeking attention. Otherwise, well, okay, I am wearing a pirate shirt. All right, I am seeking a little bit of attention, but leave me alone. All right, what do you want? If you guys hadn't ignored me my whole life, I might not be walk around like this. This song, however, is by a guy who in the late 70s and the early 80s, he was part of a band, went off on his own, but he dressed up as pirates and as highwaymen and as a dandy. If those of you guys who know what a dandy is a person who in olden days was somebody who was very, very attuned to fashion, right? So I would say like the modern day metrosexual. That would be a dandy. Worried more about his grooming and worried more about clothing. And Adam Ant of Adam and the Ants was very much known as a dandy and would dress up with with makeup and the ruffled shirts and the eye patches and everything. And he had a song called "Stand and Deliver," which actually was his first number one, if I'm correct. And I got to it was his first UK number one. Ended up becoming one of the top songs, top singles in the UK. And it's a great song. Very it's got a great beat to it. Adam and the Ants were one of these bands that would utilize kettle drums and two drummers, and just a lot of rhythmic beats to their songs, which ended up becoming part of their signature songs. And you kind of saw it also when Malcolm McLaren separated the band. He got, he said the band could do great without Adam Ant. He ended up getting a young 15-year-old girl named Annabelle, renamed that band Bow Wow Wow. And you can hear the rhythm in I Want Candy. Not as heavy as it was in Adam and the Ants days, but Adam Ant would go on a solo, and he kept those rhythms going on. So while I'm coming up with these highway songs and these and these pirate songs and these sailing songs, I want you guys to make sure that you're putting your favorites in the chat. Any song that deals with sailing, deals with the open seas, deals with pirates, highwaymen. Highwaymen are robbers, by the way, for those of you who don't know. I keep saying highwaymen. So I want you guys to just keep that image in your head. And of course, like Waldo over there, ne'er-do-wells, rogues, people along those lines. So make sure that you guys are putting your favorite sea songs, any of that kind of stuff. Two Joels are here. Joel Scotty, who's my man, with the YouTube channel, and then Joe Patrick. Joel, what a great song! And I can't believe that I can't believe that I didn't put that one on my list. Louie is an old sea song, which is it's about a guy who goes away and he dreams of coming back to his loved one, and how he'll, oh my God, I can't believe while I was beating my head trying to come up with one, Louie, great, and Juan would come sail away, another great one by Styx, right? But in that case, the ship is it's a spaceship, it's a starship, right? It's and they're using the metaphor, come sail away with me, jump into the starship and let's go away. We're not the sky is our sea, and that's where we're going. We're going off to the sea. So two great songs to kind of start us off here with the crowd participation. So I really appreciate that a lot, guys. Make sure that you're hitting that reaction. Once my buddy Joel, Scotty Joel, who put up who runs the channel on YouTube for me, he'll put that link up there if you guys want to go over to YouTube and check it out. Let's see, what's the next song? Here's one that those of you guys who know, you'll know the song. You might be a little surprised as to the history of it. Okay, the song I'm talking about is Sloop John B. You guys know it from the Beach Boys. Last song on their incredible album Pet Sounds, right? The song was a number 3 hit for them. But here's the killer. The song Sloop John B it's an old song. It's a song that was originally written in 1927, right? And it's a song that comes out of Nassau, the Bahamas, out of that era, right? And as I was doing, checking it out, of course, again, hit number 3 in 1966 for the Beach Boys. But what really got me was how many times it was recorded before the Beach Boys recorded it. It was recorded by people like Dick Dale. Johnny Cash recorded Sloop John B. The Kingston Trio recorded Sloop John B.
But it's not like the song didn't get recorded afterwards, because none other than Reliant K, a band I used to play back on my 96X days, Reliant K recorded Sloop John B, which surprised me. Ray throwing in there Yellow Submarine, another song I can't believe I did not throw on here. People getting in there and sailing away. And she also gives us Led Zeppelin, The Ocean. Now, look at Ray. I didn't know you knew anything about Zeppelin. I thought you were like a Britney Spears girl. Oh boy. Make sure that you guys again are hitting that reaction button. It's the only way I know that you guys are here. And keep on with some of these and keep on with some of these songs that I can't believe the songs that you guys are getting that I haven't, and I couldn't even think of. It took me a little bit to make this list. And come on, Scotty, I had to take a midget wrestler to it's a little person wrestler. Come on, let's be a little PC here, please. Okay. So now my number 5 song, number 4 hit from 1970 by a group called Blues Image. Those of you who know music already know the song that I'm talking about. It's a song called Ride, Captain, Ride. And I love this song. This is like one of my favorite one-hit wonders. I love this song so much because of the fact that it's very much a going on an adventure type of song, right? It's the 73 men sailing from a San Francisco bay, called off on the ship, and here's what they had to say, calling everyone to ride along to a distant shore. We can laugh our lives away and be free once more. It's just all about, come on, life is, we can do better than what we're doing right now, right? And then it's got that, and then the sad part comes in, right? When he goes, no one heard them calling, no one came at all. They were too busy watching those old raindrops fall. And it's, it's like, come on, we can go out here, we can go enjoy life. Let's go out on this adventure. Let's go out and live. And everyone's like, no, man, no. But it's such a great song. Ride, Captain, ride upon your mystery ship. You guys, I'm sure you guys have to know it. Have to. Ray, Joel, Sail Away, Sweet Sister by Queen. I don't know if I know that one. And I'm gonna have to look that one up. And then, of course, Ray's hitting us up with some stuff, man. Sea and Sand by The Who. I'm loving this. Thank you, guys. Gina, how you doing, honey? I'm gonna sing it. I'm not done yet. Now, this next song, I gotta slow down because I'm flying through this stuff. This next song, this is where we talk about ne'er-do-wells. Remember, I was saying, right? The rogues, I don't want to call them all bad guys, right? Off of the game, and I got to check that out because I love that album too. It's just been a while since I heard it. Joel talking about the song that he just mentioned by Queen, Sea and Sand. Oh my God, Joel! I should have called you before I started. Southern Cross, another one. But going back to this, and we definitely got to talk about that one. Oh, that's a sailing song to me. But this song came out in 1977. Remade a couple times, and essentially, it's about one of these guys who goes off to one of the Caribbean islands, right? And he gets into a little bit of trouble, right? And he's calling his dad. And
and he's telling his dad, hey, Dad, do me a favor. Send me some Lawyers, Guns, and Money. Lawyers, Guns, and Money, Warren Zevon. I was gambling in Havana. I took a little risk. Send Lawyers, Guns, and Money. Lord, get me out of this. Ha! Dun, 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 dun. And Hank Williams Jr. does a great version of that song too, by the way. And you know what? Of all the songs that are out there, that I could see myself getting in a lot of trouble, like how that song goes. Lawyers, Guns, and Money. Yeah. I went home with a waitress the way I always do. How was I to know she was with the Russians too? Bam. That's me. That's 100% me. That's how I get in trouble. Honey, please. Lawyers, Guns, and Money. Send them. I need them. Scott with Greg Allman's I'm No Angel. I like that song too. I like that one, but that to me is a warning song. You know, it's like, look, honey, I don't know what you think about me, but you know, I'm a rogue. I'm a rogue. And you know what, Joel? Send me a message to remind me about that, because one of the things that I wanted to do was a perfect LP, people's perfect LPs, and Excitable Boy by Warren Zevon. It's about as close to a perfect LP as you can come up with. That's a great one. 1977 for those of you guys who want to check it out. And again, as always, make sure that you're hitting those reaction buttons, please, because it's the only way I can keep track of who's coming in and who's coming out. I want to make sure that that I know that you guys are in here. Now, this one. I gotta slow this stuff down because I'm more than halfway there already, and I still got a full hour, almost a full hour to go. But this one is great, and this is a song. When I tell you the group, Brandy. Oh my God, Joel! Oh, Brandy, you're a fine girl. What a good wife you would be. Such a fine girl. But my love and my lady is the sea. That's me. That's me. I'm a sailor. As much as I care, honey, Amanda, as much as I love you and I care about you, my lady's the sea. She's always going to call me back. Luckily, my phone isn't working, so you don't have to worry about it. Joe, that's a great one, though. But this song right here, let me give you its proper name. I know I wrote the proper name. Okay. What is it? So known as the proper name is The Good Ship Venus, and it's a song. It's an old it's an old sea shanty. And it's a song about the way they say it. It's a song about a bawdy crew. So it's this crew that's just, they're horrible. Okay. However, the name of the song as it is done by this band is called Friggin' in the Riggin'. And it is the last song on the album, The Great Rock and Roll Swindle, by none other than the Sex Pistols. And if you hear that, it's 100% a sea shanty. 100%. And to hear Johnny Rotten singing a sea shanty is kind of funny. But yes, the last song on the Great Rock and Roll Swindle came out in 1979. And I believe that song also charted for him in the UK. So we're there. And I'm going to stop for a second because I got to give you guys props, because as and Amanda will tell you that as I was going to try to come up with songs that kind of fit this bill, right? I was struggling, and I think it was because I was trying too hard to make it pirate songs, like literally looking for the word pirate in it, and then I switched it to pirate. I ended up switching it, but man, you guys have really been just have really been throwing it in there. Joel coming up with another great one. It's actually my sister's favorite song too. Joel, I believe it was her wedding song. Into the Mystic by Van Morrison. What a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful song. And perfect follow-up, I think, to Friggin' and the Riggin'. Number 8. Now, you guys might, I don't know how you're going to feel about this one. I'm allowing it because it mentions probably the most famous cinematic pirate of all time, right? It's by a group. It's a comedy group called Lonely Island. It's some of the guys from SNL who and this song started as an SNL short. And it's about these guys who are, they're talking about their hookup game in a hip hop song, and then they wanted a majestic. They wanted this majestic voice to come out and sing the hook, and the majestic voice was absolutely none other than Michael Bolton, who couldn't stop singing about Captain Jack Sparrow. So I had to throw that one in there. And if you have ever seen the video, what a great video. When you got the guys, again, they're in the club, it's a hip hop song that they're doing all of this stuff. And then all of a sudden here comes Michael Bolton with this pirate imagery as Captain Jack Sparrow. And it was great song. And here's the kicker. That song actually got charted in the top Billboard Top 100, charted number 69, right? But it was a top 10 song in Norway and in Sweden. Hit number 6 in Sweden and number 2 in Norway. That song. And if you know that song, I know that you're going to go, absolutely, that song has no business being on any chart. It's fun, but, I mean, think about the real songs that got bumped out. So, man, I'm burning through this. And I only put 12 songs on this. I'm up to number 10 already. So I'm going to slow down here. I want to go back, actually, and let's talk about some of the songs that you got. I'm gonna go back here. Southern Cross, a song by Crosby, Stills and Nash, which I always thought was a song that came out in the in the 70s, but it's actually came out in the 80s. I believe, if I was to look it up, honey, if you could look it up, please. Southern Cross by Crosby, Stills and Nash, as to what year it came out. I might have actually been in college when it came out. But what a wonderful song. Again, it's about a guy who loves music, and he loves sailing, loves music, loves the ship, the Southern Cross, which is it's all I without, again, I wasn't ready for this song, but without the words in front of me, and without me singing the words, the one that jumps in is when you see the Southern Cross for the first time, you'll understand just why she came this way. So, cause the truth you might be looking for is so far, but it's as close as the promise of the coming day, something like that. It's a great song. It's what's up, Craig? Thanks, brother. I appreciate that because 1982. Okay, I wasn't in college. I was in high school. When Southern Cross came out. I don't know how good of an episode this one is. Hopefully, at least the topic is getting you guys involved, getting you guys thinking about songs. I know Joel, Ray have been throwing songs. Scott, they've all been throwing songs on there. I want you guys to keep throwing songs. Of course, keep hitting the reaction button. Let's go to this next one. And this one, I appreciate that, Joel. Saying good memory for a one-eyed old man. Yeah, I appreciate that. I tend to have a good memory or somewhat decent memory when it comes to music. Everything else, I don't know. I don't know at all. But when it comes to music, I do have pretty good memory. This song here, it's interesting. It comes from a play called The Threepenny Opera, which a lot of you might know that song. Might know that play because of the one song, which could have also been on here, a song called Mac the Knife, right? About a guy who was he was a killer. Is what he was. He killed people. And Scott, we're going to talk something else here when it comes to that group who sang that song. And Joel, I can't believe I didn't say Cool Change by the Little River Band because that is one of my favorite songs of all time. It really, really is. But the song I'm talking about right now is one called Pirate Jenny. Now, a lot of you might not have heard of that song, right? Again, from Threepenny Opera. It's about this girl who's a little not the prettiest girl in the world. We'll call it that, right? She's homely, right? However, and the town she lives in, they all treat her like crap because since she's not great looking, right? You know how people are. How did if you're not part of the pretty people, they treat you like crap. Well, pirate ship pulls into the harbor, razzes the town, gathers everybody up, and then they ask Pirate Jenny, what does she want to do with them? She says, kill them all. And kill everybody. Pirate Jenny goes on to the pirate ship and sails away. Now, big deal, right? As far as the song goes. But when you hear the people who've recorded it, the first recording of it was by Nina Simone. Like, woo. Marianne Faithfull's recorded it. Judy Collins has recorded it. And this group that I used to play on 96X, the Dresden Dolls. The lead singer, her name's Amanda. I can't think of her last name, but a great voice. So the song's been recorded. It's been out there. It's pretty popular. But again, if you have never heard of it, go check it out because I think you'd be surprised. I want to go back real quick before I go to the next song to Cool Change. What? This is a song, for those of you who don't know it, about somebody saying that, it's time for a change. But they are attracted to the ocean. When they say the cool change, they're talking about the ocean and how it's calling to them, how the sea's calling to them. The verse of the song, I was born in the sign of water, and it's there that I feel my best. The albatross and the whales, they are my lovers. It's kind of a special feeling out on the sea alone. staring at the full moon like a lover. Time for a cool change. You know that it's time for a cool change. Amanda Palmer, thank you, honey. That was the Amanda from the Dresden Dolls. And again, they did that song, Pirate Jenny. Little River Band did that song, Cool Change. Let's go with this next song. And this song popped into my head, so I'm throwing it up there right now. And it covers two of the rogues. It covers the pirate. It covers the sailor, the pilot, but a sailor, and it covers the highwaymen. And it was a group called the Highwaymen, right? So you guys, it's a country super group. Willie Nelson, Johnny Cash, Chris Christopherson, Waylon Jennings, and they had a song called "The Highwaymen," the Highwayman, and in it they each take a special, a certain imagery that they want to present to you, right? Because the song is about coming back, reincarnation, essentially, right? So you start off with Willie Nelson as a highwayman. I was a highwayman on the coach road. I did ride with steel and pistol by my side. Many a young girl lost her baubles to my trade. Many a soldier lost his lifeblood on my blade. The bastards hung me in the spring of 25, but I am still alive. Then we come back with, I believe it's Chris Christopherson singing about being a sailor. No, Waylon Jennings. I was a sailor. On the sea I did abide. Some probably get the hint, right? Then Waylon Jennings comes in. Then Chris Christopherson comes in. I was a dam builder, talking about building the dams, the Hoover Dam, and he falls into the cement. That's where he dies. But he comes back, ends with Johnny Cash being an astronaut. And he talks about going up into space, right? And then the ending is what's beautiful, right? Because he goes, let me think of the exact words. And I'm sorry when I do this stuff. You guys can jump in there while I'm trying to remember this one. When he says, "I'll come back I may come back as a highwayman again, or I may simply be a single drop of rain, but I will remain, and I'll be back again." In his voice again and again and again and again. But it's such a great song, and again, it's that spirit coming back is something else, going and coming back. It's, beautiful. It's a beautiful sentiment in that you always get to come back and do it. Did he? Glenn Campbell did that song originally. That's what Joel's saying. And now I got to look up. Glenn Campbell's version. Who, by the way, Glenn Campbell. I'm surprised you didn't say this one when you said that, right? A lineman. I am a lineman for the county. The Wichita Lineman by Glenn Campbell, right? Gives you that kind of lonely guy who's out there, keeping the peace, right? Keeping the bad guys at bay, and he's doing it by himself. So, yes, it will. Yes, it will, Rich. Rich is Rich from back from college. So we used to have you mention stuff like that. People are like, what are you talking about? Then I got to stop what I'm saying so I can bring it up. So we used to have Nerf. This is back in the late 80s. We would have, Nerf hoops, right? And we would have a Nerf league. And we would have a Nerf league, and we would have contests. So that's what we talk about. A highwayman hanging telephone line. I guess that's probably a modern day version of a highwayman, isn't it? Let's go with this next one. A song that was written in 1948 had many incarnations, done by the likes of you're gonna love this. The likes of Peggy Lee, Lawrence Welk, Bing Crosby, Burl Ives, Spike Jones, who was the Weird Al Yankovic of his day, and then probably the most famous. Well, I think is the most famous version is again Johnny Cash, and it's "Ghost Riders in the Sky," a song that's about a cowboy who has visions of this big herd of cattle on fire going through the sky. And then all of these ghost cowboys who are spending eternity trying to rustle up these cattle. And it's the dire warning to this cowboy that if he doesn't change his ways, he's going to end up being part of trying to control that herd. So it's a great. It's also done by a group called the Outlaws. But what really, yep, there it is. Joel's saying he loves the Outlaws version. So do I. Great version. But to me, anything Johnny Cash does, that goes right to the top for me. But what really surprised me was those other people who did it. Again, Peggy Lee, Lawrence Welk, Bing Crosby, Burl Ives. Burl Ives was the guy who sang Holly Jolly Christmas. And there was also an instrumental version. And the person who does that is escaping me right now. So I'm going to come up. This is going to be my last official song, but I really want you guys to keep throwing these songs in there. Sail Away by David Gray. I'm not sure how that one goes. I might have to look that one up. I want you guys to keep going because I want to keep discussing this. I don't want to cut short, before the time. But this last one, again, today's topic was inspired by this, the eyepatch. The eyepatch I got to wear because I had an operation draining the floaters out of my eyes, like I've told you guys, those of you who've been paying attention. And as I'm thinking of all these things, again, the pirates and all these other stuff, off of the White Ladder CD. I'm going to go check that one out. Thank you there, Joel. I'm thinking about this, and an image came up to me. And the image was of a magazine and this band on the magazine. The band on the cover of the Rolling Stone. And I'm talking about Dr. Hook and the Medicine Show and their lead singer, the only guy who I knew actually wore an eye patch. He actually needed to wear one. He had lost his right eye. But Ray Sawyer. And I had to throw him on here. I had to throw him on this list. Give him a little bit of love because he always rocked that eye patch and a cowboy hat. And of course, he did the cover of the Rolling Stone, which I know a lot of you guys know about, right? Well, we're big rock singers. We got golden fingers, and we're loved everywhere we play. Oh, we go. And we're loved everywhere we go. We sing about beauty and we sing about truth at $10,000 a show. We get all kinds of pills to give us all kinds of thrills, but the thrill we ain't ever known is the thrill that'll get you when you get your picture on the cover of the Rolling Stone. Rolling Stone, want to see my picture on the cover. The Stone gonna buy 5 copies for my mother. Want to see my smiling face on the cover of the Rolling Stone. That was horrible. That really, really was horrible. But it's a great damn song and a great song to sing at karaoke too. If you get the right crowd, oh God, they're gonna just jump right in on it. So that was my list. However, you guys have got me inspired. I'm just gonna go back and check out a couple of the other ones again that you guys mentioned. Because I can't believe all the songs that just passed me by. And let's see. I mean, again, Brandy. That's a great one. Southern Cross was another great one. Oh my God, you guys are amazing. And I got to tell you, Rich, I'm sorry that you missed when I did Friggin' in the Riggin' talking about the Sex Pistols, because I know you're a big punk guy. So anyway, that's about it for me. I don't know if you guys got anything that you want to throw in there at the end. Just a couple songs we could do. As I'm looking up here, I see Iron Maiden, "Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner," the Downeaster Alexa by Billy Joel. I was thinking of another Billy Joel song, Captain Jack. I was thinking that one, but that's actually the story about that's kind of a little Billy Joel was trying to write a song, and he was sitting in a room looking out the window, and he was watching people go in and out of this building, and they were buying heroin, and they were buying heroin from a guy who was known as Captain Jack. So Captain Jack will get you high tonight and take you to that special island. I didn't know it was about heroin. Of course, when first time I heard it, I was, 14. Not like I was thinking about heroin at 14. So, but okay, Scott, you're saying Pogues. What about the Pogues? Are you coming up with a sea shanty by the Pogues or something that deals with going out to sea? I'm not the delay. We're waiting on that. I'm gonna see as I look around my room, see what other kind of sea songs that are out there by any of these. Oh, here we go. We got Jim Morrison right up there. Riders of the Storm. That's a great line in that song. Just a little push and you'll be smiling. Talk about Captain Jack. But Riders of the Storm, if ever that gives you that feeling of these people that you don't want to meet in the middle of the road, on a dark and stormy night, because there's some bad intentions in that group right there. Definitely the Doors with that song, Riders of the Storm. Let's see what else. I don't even have to just look right here. I already said Ryan of an Ancient Mariner from or the Trooper. Trooper's another one actually. That gives that kind of a little bit of that kind of a feel, I guess. I don't know. I think that's pretty much it for today. I appreciate you guys kind of going along with this. I wish I would have had you guys to give me some of these songs. I wish these songs would have came up as I was thinking about this topic. I definitely could have did the hour if I had a chance to read my write some notes on these. Hopefully next week, when I do this, I will have a full 15 to 17 songs. That's about what I like to have, is about 15 songs for the topic. Or maybe I might do what Joe suggested there when he talked about Excitable Boy, which is perfect albums. Oh, nice one, Joel. Sail On by the Commodores. Also talk about, sailing on, getting out there. The imagery of being out to sea. For those of you who aren't sailors, I don't know if you could really tie in. You can get the imagery. We can paint a picture. And some of these songs, Come Sail Away paints a nice picture. Brandy paints a nice picture. Cool Change paints a nice picture. But I don't think unless you've ever been out to sea, and I mean really been out to sea, not taking the boat out to go fishing, but I mean really, really gone out to sea. I don't know if you could ever really understand it. And those people who make that connection, it never really goes away. And it's something that's, I'll always be a sailor. Doesn't matter how long it's been since I've been out to sea. I'll always be a sailor. Joel, I thought about that one. I really did. I don't know. I talk to my wife a lot when I do these things, and so I get distracted, and I'm easily distracted, and I move on to the next thing. But The Wreck of the Edmund Fitzgerald, probably one of the best story songs, which is another thing I might do. But to get that, a song that tells a story, and this was by Gordon Lightfoot, telling the story of the Edmund Fitzgerald, which was a ship that sunk. Was it Lake Ontario? Is that the right one? Out on the big lake they call Gitchaguni. Oh no, it's Lake Superior, because he says Superior, they said, never gives up her dead when the skies of November come early, or some shit like that. Anyway, no kidding. Scott says his great grandfather sailed on the Edmund Fitzgerald. Really? Was he one of the guys who filled it up with ore, or was he actually a sailor? Because that's awesome. Hopefully he wasn't one that went down with the ship, but I believe it's 29, right? Because he talks about how the ship bells they chimed in, it rang 29 times, one time for each man on the Fitzgerald. Something I don't know. Anyway, that's wow, that's cool. All right, guys, let me wrap it up. I appreciate you guys for sticking around with me today. We had a little bit of trouble, and that kind of set me off. Didn't allow me to get everything straight. Last week it was the camera trouble. This week it started with the mic trouble. But I was able to get it off. So yay. Couple of things I got him. Joel. Oh, his dad was a merchant marine on Lake Erie. Nice. Ask your dad. Ask your dad if he still considers himself a sailor, if he's still around, and I'm sure you'll get him. Oh, okay. And for Scott, he was on the Edmund Fitzgerald when it first sailed. Okay, but yeah, that I wish you could talk to those guys and they could tell you. Look at Mike Montaigne at the very end. My buddy Mike coming in with Sailing by Christopher Cross. And I can't believe I didn't I let that one go. Good job. Good job, Mike. Coming in just under the wire with a great Christopher Cross song. Again, thank you guys. Next week, I shouldn't have the eye patch. Hopefully that'll be over. I might go with perfect albums. So yeah, honey, write that down for me, please. My wonderful wife will write down perfect albums. Give me all week to come up with at least 14 perfect albums, some of the songs on them. And then I want you guys to start thinking of some of your perfect albums. Any genre, any time frame. But for it to be here's going to be the rule for it to be considered a perfect album. It's got to have 90%. No, perfect. Forget it. Not even. I was going to give it where they could have just one song that you would skip, but no, perfect. You can hear it from the first track to the last, without skipping any songs. So, yeah, I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm giving you guys a week. You guys got a week to come up with an album, a perfect album that I want you guys to bring to the table next week. All right. And that's it. Let me wrap this up finally before you guys keep typing stuff in there that keeps dragging us out. Because I don't want to leave you. I can't quit you people. But I'm gonna. Until next week. Until then, take care. God bless it to my children. Don't forget Daddy loves you. Later, dudes. Bye. Oh, arg. I know some of you are waiting for it.